It's happening. You didn't notice when it started, but everything is transforming. You're on the verge of departure, and now there's no turning back. Something shifted silently, without fanfare. Name it the catalyst, call it the Jupiter Cazimi, give it any title you wish. But the reality is you've already begun separating from what you once claimed as your own. And indeed, this new moon carries far more significance in this transformation than most realize. Stay tuned because there's a crucial reason why this moon won't pause for your readiness. I'll explain that shortly, and believe me, it's information you can't afford to miss. If something in your world suddenly feels misaligned or strange, don't hesitate to share your experience. Feel free to add 555 if you sense this shift already manifesting in your life. But before we delve deeper, there's something you need to hear that was meant to remain hidden until this moment. This message was reserved for the final moments before the door closes. It's not meant for your past self. It's intended for the evolving version of you that's already in motion, the one you haven't yet caught up with. Your presence here isn't coincidental. This message reaches you now because something is approaching its expiration. Tomorrow's Jupiter Cazimi initiates this transformation, but it's not working alone. Here's what everyone's avoiding saying. Something or someone in your orbit cannot survive this transition, and deep down, you already know what it is. You've always known. There are indicators confirming this transformation, and you must recognize them. You're not breaking character. Rather, the character is peeling away from you. There was a time when you could force a smile, nod agreeably, and blend into the background when it felt easier. You could manufacture interest, project calmness, wear conformity like a second skin. But now it's beyond difficult. It's become impossible. Your nervous system has revoked its ability to simulate your former self, and this isn't rebellion. It's not about choosing authenticity or finally embracing your truth. That would suggest conscious effort. This is purely mechanical. The performance fails because the script no longer computes. You're not experiencing burnout. You're experiencing a complete reset. Jupiter Cazimi doesn't gradually introduce your new self. It erases the old patterns. It dissolves the framework that maintained your emotional autopilot. And now every pretense you once maintained has lost its muscle memory. The familiar phrases feel foreign on your tongue. The roles you once played feel theatrical, and when you attempt to fake interest, something within revolts against it. The approaching new moon isn't here to gently guide you through this transition. It's here to completely rewrite your operating system. No middle ground, no duality. Whatever doesn't fit simply cannot continue. If you've been experiencing social, emotional, or mental disconnection, it's not dysfunction. It's incompatibility. You're becoming unsuitable for the old paradigm. Your energy no longer resonates with distorted frequencies. And what happens when your environment notices your loss of fluency? That's when doors begin to close. The Cazimi doesn't exclude you. It separates you from what would hinder your evolution. Suddenly, former smooth flows become blocked. Plans dissolve. Conversations grow distant. People disappear. Resources dry up. It feels like obstruction, but it's precise. This isn't punishment, it's protection. When Jupiter aligns with the Sun's heart, the resulting signal is absolute. It doesn't offer subtle hints, it delivers direct interventions. Currently, these interventions manifest as closed doors and sudden rejections. That job ghosting you. That's temporal protection. Something that seemed perfect days ago now feels toxic. That's not confusion, that's realignment. Your previous escape routes are being denied. That's why familiar patterns are crumbling. That old path was never meant to be your exit. It would have trapped you in the same frequencies, the same identity constructs. The Cazimi field understands this. It sees your trajectory beyond your mental comprehension. Indeed, some paths will dissolve before you. Some connections will terminate without warning. Some opportunities will vanish, leaving that familiar sting. But understand this is divine intervention. And the more you force already sealed doors, the stronger the resistance becomes. What you're experiencing isn't loss. It's calculated removal, strategic, precise removal. The kind that doesn't seek permission because it's maintaining your timeline. Whatever's being denied now was designed to delay your evolution. This isn't mere sleeplessness. It's a spiritual calling. Something extraordinary is occurring in this window between Jupiter Cazimi and the new moon. Something exact, intentional, coordinated, and you may have already sensed it. Not during daylight, but in night's quietest moments. When the world falls silent, shadows lengthen, and reality feels slightly askew. It typically begins with a subtle pull, eyes opening unexpectedly. You check the time. 4:44 a.m. again, or perhaps 3:33 or 1:11. And it's not isolated. It becomes cyclical, a coded pattern. This isn't physical restlessness or mental activity. This is scheduled activation, midnight recalibration. Your consciousness is aligning with a new reality grid, accessible only when the veil thins, when logic sleeps and your spiritual receptors can truly receive. You're not waking to think. You're waking to attune. Those numerical patterns aren't random. They're coordinates, subconscious markers alerting you. You're descending into something beyond the old timeline. The sequence 444 particularly resonates with divine alignment, stabilization, and fundamental transformation. It doesn't whisper, it proclaims. If you're awakening to this sequence, it's not mere coincidence. It's a message transmitted through your energy field. Real-time recoding is occurring. Here's what's more remarkable. Many are being awakened at identical hours across different time zones, countries, lives. Why? Because the field operates on readiness, not geography. When you're prepared, the transmission becomes unmissable. Your body recognizes it. Your spirit acknowledges the signal. You wake because you're meant to receive. If you're thinking, I've been experiencing these wake-ups for days, understand this. You're not imagining it. You're not isolated, and you're not oversensitive. You're part of a carefully orchestrated deployment happening now, one wave at a time. Not every echo demands response. Have you noticed foreign thoughts lately? The quiet ones that slip in unannounced. Strange regrets, forgotten desires, sudden urges to reconnect with long-gone relationships. It seems illogical. You're progressing. You've changed, yet these fragments return. You're not regressing or falling behind. What you hear isn't evidence of failure. It's the final monologue of a retiring identity. The version of you that survived through compromise is delivering its farewell speech before fading away. That voice whispering old doubts or drawing you toward obsolete fantasies is an echo of memory. Like any departing energy, it seeks acknowledgement, attention. But it doesn't require response. You're not obligated to entertain the final wishes of an outgrown self. A unique psychic static currently pervades. People are connecting with memory versions of themselves, not for return, but for closure. It's not about clarity. It's about clean separation. This explains random waves of sourceless sadness, moments of what if, sudden nostalgia for once draining patterns. That's not regression. It's residual energy lifting from your auric field. Don't mistake whispers for callings. Don't confuse nostalgia with direction. If it reminds you of past selves, let it ring unanswered. Let it fade. The true call approaches. When it comes, it won't sound like fear. It will sound like destiny arriving precisely on schedule. Energetic deadlines exist, and this one's non-negotiable. A window currently stands open, and most don't realize it's not metaphorical. It's literal, energetically literal. We're in the narrow passage between Jupiter Cazimi and the new moon, and your choices carry not possibility but consequence. This isn't about waiting for alignment. This is a decision point, a choosing point. If you don't move, the shift won't oppose you, but it won't consult you either. Things might collapse, not from error, but because the version of your life requiring hesitation is being erased. If you've been delaying something, a decision, conversation, commitment, release, don't be surprised when it's decided for you. Plans dissolving, timelines disappearing, opportunities vanishing. That's not sabotage, it's enforcement. The new frequency won't wait for your clarity. It builds regardless. If you don't advance voluntarily, the current will carry you, but not gently. Perhaps you're already experiencing it. Paused conversations suddenly ending. Your planned bridge vanished. It seems harsh, but it's precise. This phase accommodates only what's immediate, alive, and authentic. Everything else releases. Here's the twist. This isn't punishment, it's protection. The universe removes access to everything, maintaining your uncertainty, not to trap you, but to clarify you. To reveal you're not meant for limbo. But don't assume endless time for action, because it's limited. The new moon doesn't draft, it imprints. This portal doesn't await readiness, it reveals what you're ready for. The more you hesitate, the more paths collapse. Everything you thought had time to remain. The only thing worse than leaping is being pushed, not realizing it was always your flight path. You're not being tested. You're being timed, and time's almost up. If others panic while you feel peace, you're not behind. You're ahead. Not everyone experiences anxiety now, perhaps the strangest aspect. Amidst this cosmic acceleration, some find quiet, steady, almost surreal calm. You're not restless, overwhelmed, or spiraling. You're still. It might confuse you. You might wonder if you're disconnected, missing something, or separated from collective experience. But you're not. That strange neutrality, internal quiet, lack of urgency, that's not detachment, it's clarity. It's the sensation of completing a frequency jump before mental alignment. Post-turbulent stillness isn't emptiness, it's arrival. Here's what's happening. Some didn't resist. They moved with the signals. Without complete understanding, they released. They withdrew. They chose silence when noise felt false. They listened. They followed inner guidance. Now they occupy stable energy, having arrived early. Consider it like this. During system upgrades, not everyone installs new code simultaneously. Some still debug. You're already operating on new frequency. That's why your emotions don't match surrounding chaos. Why others' crises feel like echoes from a world you've already left. Yes, it might feel solitary being first through the door. It's quiet. No celebration. No immediate confirmation. But that silence is sacred. It means you're in creation's field before crowds arrive. This calm isn't sensory absence. Its presence is full saturation. You're not unbothered. You're unavailable to chaos. You've transcended. When others catch up, asking, "Why do I feel so strange lately?" you'll remember this moment. You'll know you were already living the answer. So if you're experiencing that strange grounded neutrality while others spiral, trust it. Recognize its nature. The calm isn't delay. It's confirmation you've crossed the threshold. Others still search for it. This isn't negotiable. This moon doesn't request entry. It arrives and initiates. There's reason this new moon feels different. It's not gentle. It's not subtle. It's not here to support while you write affirmations hoping for universal response. This moon doesn't wait for intentions. It is the intention already moving. Jupiter Cazimi lit the flame, and this moon is the signal. It's not opening a chapter, it's launching you into it. No rehearsal, no drafts, no second attempts. If Jupiter opened the portal, this moon pulls you through. No more fence sitting with this energy. This isn't a lunation allowing peaceful manifestation while maintaining muted old patterns. This launches. It's coded to push that circled moment. It's here, and regardless of your response, this moon answers for you. You're not being asked to decide. You're being activated to proceed. A force behind this moon overrides hesitation. It disregards preparation time, healing duration, wandering periods. It sees your trajectory and ignites it. It doesn't require perfect plans. It requires action. This lunation operates in real time, not conceptually, but as deployment. You might sense it unusually. sudden clarity, unexpected massive opportunity, even apparent destruction revealing realignment. That's not coincidence, that's execution. You're not starting a cycle, you're being commissioned. This is your higher alignment's dispatch order. You're moving into position. If you sense major arrival but can't identify it, trust that you're not blind to it. You are it. You are what arrives. The moon delivers the signal unlocking your next phase. This isn't intention setting, it's ignition. Don't mistake pre-moon silence for stillness. That quiet is the inhale before command. When it arrives, when darkness folds and sky resets, you'll know. You won't question your involvement. You'll be moved, launched, activated. No preparation remains. It's begun. The exit wasn't pause. It was seal, never reopening. A strange temptation follows shifts to return. Test the door. Check for forgotten items. Question the departure's necessity. Resist, because here's the untold truth. Attempting re-entry to what you've exited won't work. Not as remembered. That job, dynamic, role, identity may physically exist, but the version of you belonging there doesn't. Attempting old frequency return feels false, like performing a life you've forgotten choosing. Your words might be right, but your spirit's elsewhere. The bridge isn't gone. It's no longer yours. Perhaps you've experienced this. Past reconnection attempts felt hollow. Familiar tasks felt foreign. Former joys brought disorientation. That's not failure. That's upgrade. This energy prevents smallness. It prevents self-deception masked as stability. What's collapsing isn't random. It's strategic. The version of you belonging to those habits, people, timelines has released. Attempting to rewear that skin creates unexplainable discomfort. Honor the exit. Don't knock on divinely closed doors. Don't mourn access to outgrown spaces. Where you're heading, old connections can't stabilize because they weren't meant for expansion. Walk forward, not because the past was wrong, but because your future's waited long enough. Let old rooms echo. Let them empty. You're not excluded. You're redirected to what your past couldn't contain. Lingering near closed exits increases pain, not from mistake, but because your spirit knows the door's vanished. When past calls, pause, breathe, turn. Not in fear, but recognition. Continue forward. Leaving old self sometimes feels like betrayal before freedom. This rarely gets discussed. Everyone celebrates transformation, portals, shifts, soul evolution. But few warn about this. The guilt. Not obvious guilt like regret or shame. This is subtler, quieter, trickier. It follows right choices, walking away from outgrown situations, choosing truth, choosing alignment. You'll feel it in following silence, questioning. Was that selfish? Too cold? Should I have stayed? Why? Because your old self operated on performance, people-pleasing, pattern-following, agreement-making. Even when unwanted, draining, false to authentic self. Now, when you stop performing, pretending, showing others' preferred version, you feel the void. The void feels like guilt. You're not wrong. You're just not maintaining others' comfort. Yes, truth can trigger guilt, but don't confuse discomfort with misalignment. Discomfort accompanies system reboots. Let guilt pass. Don't engage it. Don't debate it. Recognize it. Residue of former self. The yes-sayer to misalignment. That's not you anymore, and guilt is just past's farewell. Release it. If you are still here, thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed this content and want more, please subscribe. Your support means everything. Share your experiences or thoughts below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.